Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you latest defense updates. Number 1, NAL seeks $2 billion to develop RTA-90 seat turbofan aircraft. Dr. Abhay A. Pashelkar, Director CSIR National Aerospace Laboratories, talking to Economic Times, claimed that RTA-90 regional transport aircraft seat turboprop aircraft will require funding of $2 billion to be executed under a special purpose vehicle model that will engage program with private sector companies in the country. Next, SARAS MKII to enter fabrication stage soon. A 19-seat light transport aircraft that can presumably serve regional airports and reach India's countryside has undertaken wind tunnel testing and preliminary system design, with next step is to create prototypes. SARAS MKII is currently going through a detailed design phase, and once drawings are completed it will enter the fabrication stage, followed by a rollout and flight test that was to be done by end of 2024 or early 2025. No room for India in nuclear submarine type deal with AUKUS. AUKUS, the trilateral security pact between Australia, the UK and the United States for nuclear attack submarine development, will have no place for any other country, even though there might be some cooperation with close allies like India, but replicated deals with any other countries like India as per latest media report. The United States has offered India cooperation within the niche technology like electronic warfare, cyberspace and quantum space, and recently has offered India a joint venture to co-develop an engine for India's 5th generation fighter jet program. Next, China's aim to replace US as global net security provider. Do you think so? Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Pandey on Monday said transgression remain the potential trigger for escalation along the line of actual control with China, and asserted India has adequate reserves and was prepared to deal with any contingency. Speaking to an event here, he also said China wants to replace the United States as a global net security provider, and cited Beijing's involvement in brokering recent peace talks between arch rivals Saudi Arabia and Iran, and putting forth a peace plan to end the 13-month-long Russian-Ukraine war. Next, transgressions potential trigger for escalations along LAC. Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Pandey on Monday said transgression remained the potential trigger for escalation along the line of actual control with China, and asserted India has adequate reserves. He said China has acquired significant capacities for force mobilization, application and substance of military operations, and maintained the long pending boundary issue cannot be divorced from bilateral relations between the two Asian giants. Next, over 1.55 lakh posts vacant in defense forces, maximum in army center. The three armed forces are facing a deficiency of about 1.55 lakh personnel, with the army accounting for the maximum 1.36 lakh vacancies, the Rajya Sabha was informed on Monday. In a written reply, Minister of State for Defense Ajay Bhatt said the shortage of armed forces personnel and mitigating measures are reviewed regularly, and numerous measures have been initiated to fill the vacancies and encourage youth to join the services. Next, nightlife returns to Kashmir as Pak-sponsored terrorism wanes. For 3 long decades, there was no nightlife in Kashmir, as the shops, restaurants and other establishments used to close early due to the fear of Pakistan-sponsored terrorists and the separatists. However, during the past 3 years, Kashmir has witnessed the revival of nightlife as terrorists and Pakistan stooges who were active in the valley stand cornered, and their ability to run a parallel system has been dismantled. Next. India will invest an additional 13,000 crores to build roads along the China border. The Indian government is set to approve a proposal to build an additional 875-kilometer road worth 13,000 crores in 37 different locations near the China border, with 70% of the road being built in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, which China claims as South Tibet. Next. China claims to have begun mass production of the WS-15 engine, which will power 5th generation J-20 fighters. Aero Engine Corporation of China (AECC) official revealed that mass production of the WS-15 ME engine for the Chinese Chang'e J-20 fighter program has begun, indicating that the engine program has reached a certain level of maturity. Last year, Aero Engine Corporation of China confirmed the first flight of the J-20 with WS-15 engines, which will significantly improve the J-20's push-to-weight ratio with a maximum thrust of 18.4 T, that is 180 kN, compared to about 15 T for the older WS-10 engines, making it comparable to the US most advanced Pratt & Whitney F119 engine for the Lockheed Martin F-22. Next, for global internet coverage, OneWeb completes 618 satellites Constellation. Bharti Enterprises bagged OneWeb on Sunday, completed its constellation of 618 low Earth orbit satellites that would allow it to offer broadband internet services from space in every corner of the world. Thank you.